on, Scrappy Peeps. Um, this is day one of Scrap Squad's 14 days of lockdown scrap lifts. And it's the Scrap Squad lockdown, and I have committed to making a video each day. There are a few days left to the end of the month that I'll be playing Calvinball, and those layouts are going to be a little bit more heavily embellished and may depart a little bit from the lift because I'm trying to get points. I'm trying to stay in the top 5 and it's a struggle because with all the kids home and my son working from home and the dog and everything is centered around home, instead of making my or 4 or 5 dinners per night for the whole family, I'm doing breakfasts and brunches. And so I cleared I did some scrapping this morning, cleared my table, served a meal, cleared it again, brought back only the things I need for this layout. And then this all has to be cleared for me to start preparing dinner. So it's my concerns are definitely preferable to the concerns of many, many, many people out there for whom I have a deep regard and feeling. So just a bit of moaning and groaning. But what I'm going to do, this is the original that we're lifting, and I love it a lot. There's looks like a cut file back there that's been backed. The leaves have been backed, but it's got some white sprigs. I have some new dies that cut sprigs, and I don't have that kind of a cut file. Actually, I might have, but didn't want to take the time to back it. And I love the butterflies, but mine's going to have a lot of other things because, and they're going to be one-offs because I get a point for each. And if I get a point for a butterfly, there's no point in having 12 because I still just get 1 point. So at this point, like I said, it's all about the Calvinball points. But the lucky thing, I think, is that I found almost the exact same wood grain background paper. Isn't that cool? I love it. This is, I can tell by the texture, it came from a paper pad. It doesn't have a branding strip on it, so I tore it from a paper pad, and I honestly can't tell you who did it. But I'm going to be embellishing. I'm going to maybe try to do my best to kill this head in the clouds sticker sheet from Chamel. There are lots of things, the coffee cup, the envelope, there's another coffee cup, the camera, the rainbow, the clouds, the unicorn, and here's a smaller version of a unicorn, the gold foiling on these star things, this butterfly in the color purple. I'm not going to use this for my title. I think I'm going to use the Dream It Be It for my title, but I may fussy cut that butterfly off of that. Another envelope, we'll see what color works out best. And we get a point for the word lucky, and I've got this lucky to be with you, and then there's also, you can't really see it, but it says thank my lucky stars. To see which ones of those I want to use. And I pulled just a slew of things that kind of go both with my theme and with that would get me points. So we'll see what of this makes it onto the layout. I will tell you where I'm going to depart from the design. Whereas this one it's kind of, it starts, well, there's a photo and a 3x4 card right next to it, kind of in the center, and then you arch some embellishments from the bottom around the side and up to the top. So it kind of goes like that. I have a little more to get on, and I really want to try to get on this imagination banner. And so I'm going to go from this corner to this corner, and I'll probably still arch around the bottom. I'll try to leave as much white space or wood grain space, if you will, up here as I can, and kind of arch down here. But I may have a little embellishing here and a little embellishing down over in here. So we'll see how that works out. First thing I'm going to do, I have a picture of the kids from pre-corona days, and it's a walk in the park. Barrett's carrying a football, Katie's wearing her Texas Tech shirt, Ava's behind with her My Little Ponies hoodie, and just I couldn't say without a care in the world, but certainly nothing on a par with what they are dealing with now. They're all, kind of switching to homeschool mode, and they're frustrated sometimes with the technology that they have to use, and I think that's kind of universal. Actually, before I go much further, let me get I'm going to do some ink splatters up here. I don't want to wait until I have all those embellishments on there. I'm not going to do a lot because I really don't want to spend a lot of time waiting for it to dry or trying to avoid it. Okay. The 3x4 element that I'm going to use is actually kind of shaped like a ticket, and I'm going to call it a ticket. Why don't you agree that this is a ticket? Is that right? So I get the ticket point on Calvinball. I figure anything with those ticket stub corners is kind of fair game to be called a ticket. And I'm going to kind of place this right here. It's from a boy collection, or the boy version of the Imagine That collection by Echo Park. But I think a lot of it applies to girls or kids in general. And this is kind of, you might say this is a girl theme. So I'm going to mix the two on here. This is one of those things that I really want to be sure gets on there. So I'm going to hit it with some pop dots in the corners, or on the ends rather, and maybe one in the middle, and fairly large ones because I want it to stand up. And I used to spend a lot of time removing the sticky stuff from the back of my stickers when I pop them up like this, and I don't do that anymore. I kind of arch that way. That's why I would want to do that, but I may have some things kind of, I didn't want to cover it with those because I may have some things I want to slide in underneath. So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Okay, another thing I've got going on here are some stamps. And before I start putting the other embellishments on, I want to get the stamps in. And then the stamps can be a platform for other things. If even just a little bit shows, we can I can still embellish around it. This first stamp is a globe, and it's kind of referring to kind of the kids having the whole world open to them, and one of these days when things are over. This is a stack of books, and I'm going to maybe put this. It doesn't matter. I'm probably going to have let's see if I can see how that works. That looks like that. Could go there. Okay. And now I'm going to pull those off. Put those in my take care of it later tray. I'm going to do a couple of, I think I'm going to do 3 flowers from an early Vicki Boutin collection. I might peel this up so that that's partly underlapping the photo. Okay, that works out perfect because I didn't stamp that perfectly. Okay, this goes off in the I don't need it anymore category. Now I have a medium flower from that same stamp set, and I'm going to put it maybe under here. There we go. And then I've got another one here, and I might do it there. Okay. Now, that gives me kind of a platform for my embellishing. I'm going to put that aside, get the stamps back over in here. Now we have to see how to fit in all these Calvinball points. Toss that away. Let me do the title. That's a, or at least this is what I'm kind of thinking of as the title. It's one of the things I might want to underlap on that imagination thing. Imagination could be the title, and it would be a good one. Actually, I think I might let it be the title. We'll see. I'm gonna let this, let's see, big question here. Do I want it, it looks like I'm kind of glancing out over this way rather than this way, because I need some embellishments to fit in there. I think I'll let it be here because it kind of relates to today I will be an astronaut, superhero, explorer, race car driver, airline pilot, and anything else I can imagine. So I've got this lucky to be with you. Let me that's at a slant, and the photos are a little bit wonky, but I want everything else to be parallel with the top and bottom. So let me see if I can do, actually this is going to be parallel with the top of that photo, and I'm going to fit it in there as if it were a tab, and then I'll put something else that's elevated right in here. I think, well, let's see. I really like this big guy. Maybe kind of like that. I think I'll do that. Go big or go home, right? Okay, that's good. Let's now see which one of these envelopes. I like this envelope. Because I like the flowers. They look like dianthus to me. So. Okay, That's good. And we need the coffee cup. Do we want the blue? Well, first of all, I know we need this camera. Let's go here. We'll see where this guy ends up. It's kind of small, so let me look and see if I have any big things that need to go in before this guy does. Okay, I've got the journaling for one thing. The journaling may be best placed right here. It kind of balances that imagination banner back there, and I can squeeze it in right, and I can put a few things below it and a few things above it. Okay. I did this, I die cut this sunshine out of some packaging from the new Vicky Boutin collection, which I just got last week. So I'm going to put this guy, I have a fairy sitting on a moon holding a star. I used to get points for stars, but we don't anymore. They've removed that one, but we do for the fairy and for the moon. So I'm going to do this guy and maybe see if I can kind of put it up there with the sun in some arrangement that actually looks nice. Do I want that overlapping the sun? Do I want the sun overlapping over here? Let's see how we can fit it. I'm kind of liking the way we had it at first, where the sun may be right here, and I'll do the rays so they don't overlap that too much. And I can do this like that. Okay, so there's a little conversation going on between the sun and the moon with a fairy there to make sure it all happens. Okay, camera. Good place for a camera, maybe down here. Okay, that's out of the way. Now, I have a little bit of doily. There's some lace that I didn't want to take the time to do that. I put photo corners and lace on the photo when I put the foam back behind it. So I've got this little bit of doily that I kind of want to really hide up under there. And that works for me. I'm using the underside of it because the other side is blue. It's a blue that was perfect for my last layout, but not so much for this one. My Fitbit just reminded me I have 142 steps left to do this hour. And guess what? I'm not going to get them in. Okay, I've got this little bunny rabbit sticker from an Amy Tangerine collection. It's a clear sticker, so it really needs to go on a background that doesn't change elevation. I'm going to kind of just stick it down there. It's kind of blend right in, and that's okay. And I'm going to take this little tiny sprig of greenery and kind of, let's see if I can get this, poke this under there. It's interfering with the lace. Okay, I think that works. It kind of looks like a little stamp. That's what I like about those little clear stickers, but it's cleaner and nicer looking than stamps. I've got this dinosaur that needs to be coming out of this side of something. I'm going to let him come out from the envelope there and on top of the flower. There we go. You know, this is from Chamel's field trip, and this other side of it just looks like little books, and I didn't realize that until I turned one of these over to put some glue, and so I'm going to go rescue it, and that's going to be my little stacks of books when I don't use that stamp. Okay, that guy's in there. Let's go back to here. I get a point for something related to coffee, so I'm going to go with one of these coffee cups, but I'm not quite sure where I want to put it. Maybe right there. And then there is a point for something like a dessert. And I don't have anything on this sticker sheet or anything in, oh yes I do. This cake looks like dessert, right? And I wanted those balloons. This is from Cake Day by Pebbles, maybe? Gonna let this guy kind of sneak in maybe here. I don't want to overlap that. How about if we just go here? I want the globe to still show. I may want to do something on top of that. I have a little purple dragon that needs a home. Would he be cute layered on over that sun? Kind of fits in with the whole imagination theme, right? Okay. I've got this. This is what awesome looks like, and I could use it in here, but I think I'm going to reject that. I've got a, this is a frame, and I thought we get a point for a frame, so I thought I'd use a bit of that frame down here. And I can use it as a platform to put some embellishments on, and I can still use this top part. Let me see. Normally I would put this up on foam, but I'm going to have a lot of popped up stuff. Let me see if I can just do it that way. Okay, that works great. Now, what am I going to use that as a platform for? Maybe this undersea creature with a little fish. That might work. I've got a frog that I made on my word processing system. I was watching a video this weekend where Sandy Reversky, who is known as Steak Goddess, was doing a live embossing demo, and she just kind of let the embossing powder run onto the floor, and it was driving some of the other folks crazy to see her do that. And I don't think I've ever done it with glitter or embossing powder, but I certainly let the little backing on my from my pop dots. I actually stopped using foam dots at one point because I hate those little things being on the floor, and I've kind of gotten where now if I know I'm going to be doing a lot of scrapping in a certain time period, that's not really coming out the way I want. I was working with these. I see other people use these, and they look just beautiful. Let me look back at the, okay, they're using them as coming out from under flowers. They're just so pretty, but mine end up looking kind of leggy and like they don't belong. Okay, I think I like this one coming out. It doesn't make any sense coming out from under the octopus here. The octopus that's dressed like a pirate. That's, everybody has seen one of those. Okay, I like that. Let's see what other, oh, I've got my little panda bear. Where are we gonna put our panda bear? I'm gonna add it here. Maybe down here. At the base of that where's the other? Okay, here's one that's a little bit fuller. And it might look better. So I'm having trouble getting it under the lace or above the lace. That doesn't look too bad, especially if I can get that kind of overlapping that. And then I can slide something else under there. What else am I going to slide under there? How about this little frog? Yeah, okay, I'm going to cut the frog in half. And I filled him with a digital copy of my an art journal page piece that I did, and it has some stenciling and some Diane Reevely. I think the Diane Reevely acrylic paints had just come out when I did that, so I used lime green and purple, which are my favorite colors. Okay, so the little frog is kind of under the lace. I like that. It lets the lace show, but you can still see the frog. Okay, this sure would have been better if I'd just layered a bunch of butterflies, right? Been easier. Okay, and I've got one more sprig here. Maybe arching out that way. And then I thought I might put a flower there, or maybe that's where I could do, yeah, there's a, maybe that's where I could do the butterfly. Got this guy right there. Okay, so I may do the butterfly here and let that kind of come out from behind it. Now looking at my tray, I'm still committed to filling in. Okay, there's a requirement for a circle. I've got a circle up there in the sun, but I have this, there was a circular sticker that came out of here, and I fussy cut around the edge so that this could come out. And I could do it here, or why don't I do it here? There we go. Okay, and just let it doesn't cover up the books too much. I need an arrow as well, and I'm going to use this outside arrow. I use my sticker sheets almost as much after I've used the stickers. Okay, that's a good place for it. I'm wanting something to come up here. Is this a good place for a troll? Kind of works. I'm gonna cut part of his beard off. Kind of just have him peeking at, and he's got hearts on his hat, so that gives me the heart point. I need, let's see, gold foil. Do I have any gold foil on here? No. So I'm going to take a couple of these guys. This is rose gold foil, but it's still, rose gold is still gold, right? I'm going to do that. I'll get another one like that. And do this. And I need, okay, I've got the unicorn. I need flowers and foliage, and there are flowers and foliage coming out of that envelope. I've got a coffee cup, and I will add, I have a little tiny, oh, no, never mind. I've got my dessert right down here. Okay, I've got a, you get a point for a dog, and you get a point for a car, and I've got a dog in a car. Do I want to do it? I may just do it here. Let's see what else might go. Or do I want to call this done? I don't like that just kind of stuck there. I'm feeling that it needs to be somewhat tucked behind that lucky word. Okay, what else do I have in here that I might need for points? There's a shamrock. I've got a fish. I've got my undersea stuff. There's a nautical point that I don't think I have represented on any of these sheets, and I'm just going to do without it. So this is going to be one of those, if it wasn't in this limited set of embellishments, and if I don't have it on this page now, it's not going on. I won't get those points. So it's a little bit different from, except for the background paper. It's a little bit different from the original, but it fits the subject matter, and more importantly, it gets me Calvinball points. I didn't really mean that. I probably will add some sequins. Let me pull from my box of sequins. Sorry about the camera shake there. What would be good? Oh, let's go with this teal color. I have blue on there. Let's go with blue. These are nice. I'll add a sequin near each. I've got 3 of those little rose gold stars, and I will add a sequin near each one of those, and then I'll come back and do a small enamel dot in the same area. Okay, where is my other star? I don't actually have 3 of them. I only have 2, so that's okay. I'll go with that blue for that sequin, and I'd like this shiny darker blue for that sequin. Oh, that's a broken sequin. Okay, let me get some enameled ups. Let's see what we have. I've got, what's a good color? I may add a yellow to that. There's a tiny yellow one that can go here. And here's another tiny yellow one. Can go up that way. Come on. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So I think that's going to do it. Thank you for watching, and I guess when I moved the phone, I got everything off. My phone is being held by by its case right now. Well, I just fixed that. So sorry about that. In case you couldn't see, I added a sequin and enamel dot here by this star that was already on there, and this I added the sequin and enamel dot there. So we've got the imagination, the kind of imaginary things up there by the sun. We've got the dinosaur skeleton coming out. We have a little gnome hidden back there with hearts. We have books and globes to signify the whole homeschooling thing. And I'm sure there's a bunny rabbit or two in the backyard since it's beginning to feel like spring. And I've got my journaling and a camera down here, so I think I'm done. Happy lockdown. Hope you all find something creative and satisfying to do in the midst of all of the worry and concern, and praying for our friends who aren't so lucky as us to have this diversion. So, bye. Thank you very much for watching.